back with Ragnarok Mark II. Quick shout out to Crimson Warlock, the one who conjured up the original hardware, and he assured me that what I called quirks are faithful emulations of the original. Thanks for giving me some feedback on that, that's fantastic. And one thing that I underestimated was the envelope control mode, and I covered it in the big video the other day, except that afterwards I realized what this actually can be used for, especially in terms of creating complex pets and such things. And it is really a looper. And we'll look at it right now. First, I'm going to init the program up here. Init program. Yes. And we will have our trusty square wave again. And in normal mode, your MIDI keys trigger the envelopes. But in LFO mode, the LFO speed triggers or re-triggers the notes you are holding at its speed. And the speed really determines the size of the window of the loop, if you want. And if I have a slow speed like that, and you can hear when I change the speed, sometimes it seems to skip over notes. Oh well, but it's very organic and all the notes are still in there as long as you hold them. The other thing is how long a note is being held in that re-trigger. So that's the gate length, and you can adjust that gate length up here in the upper left corner with a length dial. And that goes all the way to 100% of the cycle length. At that point, it seems like it would be just some held notes. But in reality, they get re-triggered. As I change the amplitude envelope, you can start to hear that. So there you can already get a little bit of an idea of how we can create pads that way. And the other interesting thing, while I'm almost playing it like a arpeggiator, again, it's a looper, so you can play any kind of notes, even chords. And it will re-trigger those. A bit of an idea. Anyhow, so this is at LFO, it is basically freeform, and you design the speed with your speed dial. But you can actually use the host sync to do the cycles properly based on your track beats per minute. We have 120 here in Reaper. And one thing, I'm not sure if it's specific to Reaper, but I'm sure this is just how it works everywhere. Ragnarok will not get the sync speed before you hit play. So you have to hit play, and now Ragnarok knows the sync speed, and it will use the default speed. And you change that sync speed up here in that semi-hidden menu by going to sync to host rate. And the default is on 16th, which is really fast. You can, that's not much of a loop window, is it? No. Let's go by half a measure. So half. It will not have changed yet. See, it's still on 16th. So first you have to hit play, and now it has the new sync rate. You get the idea. Another thing is when we change the gate length, I'm jumping a little back and forth, forgive me for that. If you change the gate length to like half or less, then of course the note will suddenly stop. But you can fill that gap by using the release. Increase the release and you will have filled the gap between the notes. The other thing is, it is not an arpeggiator, hence the amount of voices you have chosen for your polyphony represents a limit of voices you can have. If I have only 8 voices, but I have some release time, it could quickly happen that voice stealing starts to kick in. So you better just go into the voices and already change it to at least 16, but you can go all the way up to 64 if you wanted to, because Ragnarok is rather light on the CPU. So I've changed it to 32 voices, and now we can do even wilder things. So the next thing we can do is rather turn from a square wave to a saw wave, which covers a bit more spectrum, and we can start to play with the filter, because that's when it really gets rather exciting. And also, the more interesting your sound is, but not too interesting, but the more interesting it is, the more mileage you get, of course, out of that richness of texture. And in order to make it a bit more exciting, we're going to kick in the multi-voice. Same register, see, 8, 8. Now it's unisono, and I can change the detune or spread over here. And I can knock back the stereo, so it's a bit more centered, a bit more in front of us. And instead, I'm going to use a delay to fill the rest of our ears. Going to play with a filter envelope. For that, I raise the envelope amount for the filter right here, and you can hear it zip, 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 zip. Now check this out. Have to be careful with the resonance, because this could easily get a bit loud. You can see it up here. I could have turned everything down a little bit, but why? chorus, make it even smooshier. Another thing another thing is the velocity sensitivity, because it loops however you play it. If you turn up the velocity influence on the envelopes, for example, or even on the cutoff frequency, you can make much more complex designs with your playing. Isn't that nice? Oh, I could play with that forever and ever, but we don't want to listen to me forever and ever, I think. So I hope that gave you some idea what you can do with this excellent, funny little looping feature, unassuming, shy and quiet in the corner. But it is a monster, and it can bring you plenty of joy. I know it. And never forget, you can automate pretty much all of these parameters, including also that 7-band filter, and that can make some really wonderful atmospheres. And I would say that's all, and bye for now.